They are sort of like how the mother is the main woman in our lives, our first love. So your dad is obviously your first male or the first man that you truly loved. And if it was a great father, he was a great father, but you find that behind the scenes, behind closed doors, to your mother, he was not a great husband. I mean, I've heard stories that heartbreaking where you find that the father was cold towards your mom. The father was a serial cheater. You know, there was stories of mistresses that you would have not known about as a little girl. You find or you hear stories of secret families where your father might have been a great dad, but he was a disaster of a husband. You find that your father was narcissistic or your father was a bully or your father was abusive in some ways to your mother. And therefore, when you start getting into relationships, guess who you become? When you are in a relationship, you become the woman. And when you are the woman, you are going to enact what the things your mother experienced, you know, so it touches way back into the mother wound. So you then enact and you sort of become your mother, and then you attract what your mother attracts, which is a not so great partner, not so great husband with all the dynamics that a not so great husband comes with. And you'll find that you would have picked up the things that your mom dealt with. So if the husband was a cheating guy, you'd find that you draw to yourself cheating men. If he was emotionally abusive, that's what you draw. If he was even physically abusive, that's sort of what you draw to yourself. And all sorts of other underlying layers that your mom may have experienced as a wife or as a girlfriend or as a partner to your father. So that is scenario one. That how come he was a great dad?